Welcome back to Blunt Thoughts. I got Isaac and Nathan with me today. How y'all guys doing?
Good, are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Shit.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Getting over the sickness.
Yeah.
What podcast is this for you? How many have you done?
Well, as far as like legit episodes go, I would probably just say, well, as far as guest, then this is y'all are my second guest.
But you haven't I guess, uploaded it yet, right?
No, I have not. I've been, I did it yesterday and I worked on it today, editing it down a little bit.
Okay.
It was like a hour and 25 and I'm down to like an hour and 14 minutes on it or something like that. I think that's about all I'm going to have out of it. A couple of spots in it were like just where we were just kind of sitting there and quiet for a second, or like he was looking something up on his phone to show me or something like that. So I just would cut out those few little spots just to, don't nobody want to sit there and watch somebody try to, for 30 seconds try to look something up. So
You should have connected to your TV so you can
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I haven't even thought about doing that since it's a Mac, I guess.
There you go. There's another.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do. This was fun setting up because this is the first time I've had all three mics set up and recording. I had these two big ones, but man, you can't get these two big ones to record on here at the same time because of the USB ports. I have to get a different,
You
whatever that is.
Go to Guitar Center.
Yeah.
And they have you have to get different mic setup.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have the mic thing.
Yeah.
You can connect that into.
I have an audio mixer, but the way this audio mixer is, and these mics, I think these mics are good, they record, but they don't work with that audio mixer, right? So that audio mixer, I had to buy adapters that would plug into USB ports, but then would go into like a headphone jack, like the 3.5 millimeter, to plug into the back of the audio mixer, and it just wasn't picking up any kind of mic out of it. So I was like, oh well. It is what it is. I'm surprised Boo Boo's sitting down here.
Yeah.
I guess he's got to keep an eye on y'all. Make sure y'all don't do nothing.
Not gonna shit.
Yeah. If you do something, he might shit on something.
He can tell us all the stories of why he shits all the time.
Oh no, he's a lot better than dude. The first time when I was here, the first time Nathan came over, Boo Boo literally shat everywhere. I mean, all over the house. Like it was diarrhea. Like he was just scared.
Oh, is that the night of my wedding?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
But you said he's done it forever since you've known him, right?
He's gotten better.
He doesn't do it now, obviously.
Yeah.
But before that night.
Yeah, because I had to watch the dogs or something, because I think Uncle Al was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was
probably horrendous.
Pretty much the same thing. You'd have to try to
That's
get
so
them
bad.
On a leash, outside, and they're all just running around.
God.
Yeah.
You said Uncle Al didn't believe you.
Oh yeah, that was funny. I was like, what do you mean you don't?
What?
I think you're over exaggerating.
Wait, what? No, I gotta hear this because that sounds funny as hell. I can totally see it.
You were standing outside, right? You didn't want them to shake. You were going to the wedding, right?
Yeah, that was the exact thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I remember right. I was outside. I don't think you should come in or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, come in, no problem. I'm like, dogs, man.
Dogs. They're so much better than what they were. I remember that. I couldn't believe it when they did it. I was just like, I'm glad they're not.
When they're just running around shitting.
I was just walked in, and it was when Nathan had come in and stuff, and it was just we was just running around, just shitting everywhere. I was like, what is going on? What kind of chaos?
Yeah, you'd have thought something really happened.
Like the way he was acting and the way he was pooping, because it was run. It wasn't like
it was like diarrhea.
Yeah, it was like diarrhea. It was like he was either getting attacked or something had just slapped the shit out of him or something for real. Yeah.
And brutalized the dogs and then the wedding.
But that's how they was acting. But obviously none of that had happened. But that's what he was acting like. It was just crazy.
I never even heard about that until you said. I didn't even know dogs did that. No.
Yeah, I didn't know either. So.
I didn't even know it was like diarrhea. I thought you meant like you were just like running around squatting, shitting.
Oh
like,
no, it was like it was chaotic.
No, like it was like scared poops.
Yeah.
Like yeah. We'll go up there. How's your so when is your qualification or is that like a test that you have to do for that?
Oh, for my police stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you trying to get into the academy? Is that what it's like? Are you trying to get in to do the training for it? Like you have to meet a certain qualifications to get into the academy?
yeah, there's like just two types of qualification, just physical, and then there's an academic qualification. Basically, like when you take like the test for the military,
Like ASVAB or
yeah,
something
stuff
like
that.
okay.
But for the police, it's like you have to score at least 70%
Yeah.
and everything.
You gotta get a
math,
C.
English. You know what I mean?
Or a low, or it depends on what the grade scale is. It might be a D up here. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But right now, I've done 3 applications and then I did like 2 tests.
Okay.
So
So what does that mean?
well, then they contact you later, basically.
Oh, okay. So you've done. You said you did like is that 3 applications for like 3 different departments?
Yeah, 3 different departments.
Okay.
And then what they do is it usually takes them like a month or 2 to look over the applications because they have to set a date, right?
Yeah.
For the tests.
Yeah.
Because they have one department had like 70 applicants when I got there. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was the one
I guess
South Bend.
people were like, police are getting shot. Let's join.
yeah, South Bend. There was like 70 fucking applicants at South Bend.
That's
Like, hiring,
crazy.
Like 30 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
well.
was 70 applicants, and then
I mean, they're down.
I wasn't ready for that one. Like I thought I was ready because I
Is this in
didn't.
South
I've never
Bend?
had exercise-induced asthma in my life.
Yeah.
Like I never had asthma until I was like 23. I got asthma because I was sleeping in my parents' basement. They had mold,
Yeah.
so I got allergy-induced asthma, right?
Wow.
But this one, it was fucking crazy because it was
that sucks.
it was like 15 degrees out. They were having us run outside, this fucking test and shit. So we go out, we do the thing. I do the fucking jump thing. The jump is like 16 inches,
Mhm.
and then after you do the jump, you do the sit-ups.
You have a jump. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause. You have a jump qualification.
Yeah.
You have to jump at least 16 inches.
Yeah, I think that's like the starting. I think at the end you have to jump at least 2 feet, like 24 inches.
Really?
But I think that's easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've never even really thought about it. I'm sure it is easy, but I've never.
It's like vertical. You just go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like basketball. You ever done that before in high school?
Probably could
Well,
stop them easy.
well,
You
I've
never. You
never.
did that in high school, where you did the try to hit the.
Yeah, no, I never did that.
Yeah, we had it at Concord, right?
Yeah.
Same
That was
thing.
always funny. Got to see how
My
athletic I am.
my graduating class was only 35 people, so we didn't
In your
have.
high school?
Yeah, we didn't have that thing that you're talking about.
Talking about just 2 feet off the ground, or you mean like 2 feet on the stick thing or something?
2 feet on the stick thing.
Oh, okay. That's so.
So
Yeah,
they go
that's what I'm
this?
saying. Like that's I don't know. I've just never even heard of a jump qualification like for
Yeah.
a force of any
Have
kind.
you seen the new qualifications for the Army?
I have not.
It's like a whole different, the new test.
ACFT?
Yeah, the new one. Or is it APFT now?
No, it was APF.
Oh, they changed it to ACFT?
You know, push-ups, sit-ups.
Yeah.
Run is now like, gotta do some deadlifts.
Okay.
You gotta do the T push-up now instead.
The T push-up.
Isn't that like the hands off?
Yeah, hand release push-ups.
So, you have to come up off the ground,
And then you have to put your arms out like a T.
and then come back down.
Yeah, back in as one.
What's the
Let's see.
qualifying numbers on that?
I mean, they're super low.
Really?
Like, it's supposed to be
I
an
kinda-
easy test to pass, but hard to max.
Yeah, because people back then were maxing 200 push-ups.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
getting,
easy.
300
Oh,
points,
yeah,
right?
Well,
yeah,
if
easy.
You're doing the jerk push-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking special
Well,
forces.
yeah.
Rangers. Just
I always laughed about that because we had this one guy that was in our unit, big old boy, like he had arms and stuff. And when he went to do his push-ups, he had good. I mean, he did good on his PT, but I always laughed because when he was doing his push-ups, it looked like he wasn't. It just looked like he was doing this, like he was just moving his upper body up. Like it didn't even look like his arms were moving. I was like, what? How do you?
Yeah, I think if you're big enough,
Yeah.
like, you can get away with not doing a full range. At least
Probably.
A full test, just because there's so much of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now they want like people that can like do everything right. Like,
Yeah.
Because they don't want someone like who can do like 400 push-ups and then can run like 2 miles in like 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want like
Yeah.
I mean, you got the.
Well, that's when you got to start working on that cardiovascular system instead of them arms and that chest.
Is.
Yeah.
Because it's like a medicine ball
throw
behind your head, which tests.
So it has these T push-ups,
Yeah.
and then it's a medicine ball.
You take a medicine ball, you eat that behind your head.
Yeah.
It's
To
like 6
oblivion.
meters.
Really, that's a.
minimum. Yeah.
it's like 30 meters for like max, right?
Yeah, like it's something like.
They're like nobody can throw it. There's an invisible wall at 30 meters. Nobody can throw it further than that.
I think it's like 25, but yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like 10 pounds, right?
Yeah, it's 10, like you have to like.
I
just
would,
have the
I would
mechanics
yeet
to it.
that son of a bitch so far.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
swear. 10 pounds, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what if you throw it up high and it just goes like 5
Yeah.
meters?
Oh, no. There's a technique. I'll definitely practice
Yeah, you
that
got 3
technique.
tries.
Oh, you got 3 times.
See?
Well, yeah, it's all technique. You
Third
gotta,
time's the charm.
I always find it funny. You go to the gym, you see people like a week before the test. They be in like gym practicing that. Like, other people are actually working out. They're like throwing a medicine ball.
Oh, that's so
Dude, you're trying to get into like airborne.
Yeah, exactly.
like not hating on anybody that exercises with medicine balls, but like that specific scenario is just hilarious.
What are they trying to do? Like when you eat your
I mean, throwing it behind your head though, yeah. Like
Yeah.
That is just like.
I think
That's
like
the only thing that
I
weighs 10 pounds
automatically
is, like your M4. You know, throw it.
I think they weigh a little bit more, but I don't understand the purpose
I think
of
they're
that.
supposed to like do like the wall scenario where there's a wall. You have to get your guy up.
Okay.
And you put his hand
Yeah,
on you.
I learned about that like during basic training. Like they teach you that. That's
Dudes
funny
are
though.
heavier than 10 pounds. I don't know. Maybe it's like the grenade you throw it behind your head or something.
And they're not making like they're not gonna make like someone like that's like 5'6" eat someone over the water. Gonna be like, yo, big guy, come over here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. There's some ADEX in the military, so if you normally would put all your big guys at the base. I remember what they made. We had to do like it was during the medical part of the training and stuff. They would pick the biggest guys out and the smallest guys, and make the smallest guys carry the big guys. Yeah, after putting like tourniquets on them and stuff, practicing getting them off and stuff. That sucked.
My friend I met, he was like military police. He said when he was in basic, he was like he went into basic and he was pretty like hefty, obese, but he could like do like all the like minimums. But they were like, they were all like choosing like what their weapon system was, right? And they were like, oh, you man, you're big, you're carrying the saw. And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So,
Well, at least he didn't have to carry like the 240.
Oh, yeah.
That one sucked.
man, that was.
I never volunteered to carry that son of a bitch.
I don't get what like. Man.
That thing is too big for a person to be carrying. And now, if I was like
what is
6
that, like a
foot
50
and
cal or
260, no, it's the 7.62 rounds. If I was 6 foot and like 260, I'd been like, yeah, give me that. That's my gun.
Yeah,
But like,
it's like 20 pounds.
yeah,
It's like.
it's a big. It's even if you're strong, after a while, that some bitch gets heavy.
Yeah, literally.
Especially if you're having to hold it in the.
Especially on the road march.
Yes, when you have to hold it in the ready position. Oh.
Were people carrying that shit? Or,
Yeah.
like, the
Yes,
20
they
mile
make
thing
you.
they
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
You
Yep.
have to.
You have to.
Which
You get assigned it.
I remember my platoon in basic. They just sign people randomly using like a deck of cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a terrible system because like we have females in our platoon.
Oh yeah.
So I was like one of them can get like a 20 pounder or one of these weak ass dudes. Like you get the 240 Bravo and you're not like the big corn fed.
For real. That's what I said. I never like
you're not passing it.
like saw. Yeah, I'll take the saw. Saw and below, I'll take you. I'm not taking that 240. Like it's too big for me. Like I'm like I'm out.
Yeah, but that's pretty bad for your platoon too, right? You need covering fire.
You're covering fire. Your guys
With an individual that can handle that thing.
Yeah, but if you're like Nathan's two deck of cards and weak like 240. Hey, we need covering fire. Oh, he's back there.
That goes to show you the level of sophistication in the military. We're gonna assign these guns using a deck of cards.
I'm sure in actual combat.
Oh yeah, it is.
How many 240s did you have in your
I think
platoon?
we had one. We had 2 saws.
Okay.
Which I don't know.
The saw's pretty cool though.
I don't think that was standard.
Saws are pretty cool,
I don't
though.
think it's standard. No, I like the saws a lot. I actually would prefer it. To me, they call it a saw for a reason because it'll
That shoots
mow.
5.56. I mean, that shoots 5.56.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's just like a
An automatic.
Yeah.
No,
It's like
suppressive
M4,
fire.
right?
That's what it was for. Cover fire.
7.62 is like you run into body armor, no one else can pierce or something.
The juggernaut just out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah,
And I guess you don't have artillery or any other support fire.
I feel like that's the one that's just like letting them know that you got something. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
it's kind of like you laying down some heavy rounds down through there,
Maybe.
and it's like, oh shit, they got some. Because you're gonna tell a difference between a 5.56 and a 7.62
You
round.
have like bullet penetration through buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
You ever hear you watch like videos of like combat or whatever, and you hear like, I guess like before like in GWAT era, you know,
Yeah.
the war on terrorism, you hear like the terrorists shooting their AKs and it's so loud, and you hear like, you know, the Americans shooting their like M4s like, just like little cracks.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched a video where they have those half jello bodies and all that,
Yeah.
but it full like skeletal system and all that. They were shooting tank rounds at it. It was insane. I watched them. I actually, if I wasn't using my phone, I'd show you because that shit was wild.
Like the ballistics, right?
Yeah, it was the ballistics.
body.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ballistic
Gel?
body.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
They have,
ballistic,
like, all, like, the
all the
fucking, like,
organs,
liver,
the skeleton. Dude,
yeah.
I watched one of those. It was so wicked. Watching that, I was like, "What is
They
going
shoot
on?"
like a 50 cal next to it. Not even like at it, just next
to it, yeah.
Yeah, just like disintegrates the body.
Mhm.
It's like so fucking powerful.
It's insane. I know with a with the 50 cal, like the bullet doesn't even have to hit you. Like if
It's like
if it
6
goes
feet.
like a certain amount of feet away, like you'll get a concussion, and
You'll
then
fucking get your arm
like
ripped off.
the closer it gets, the more
It's meant to be an anti-aircraft weapon.
yeah. So it's meant to.
You can probably take down like an old like style like vehicle, right? With a 50 cal,
Yeah.
like an old style tank maybe.
Man. Oh yeah. With like
Just like a
small
Barrett,
armor.
yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Man.
With
It's used on-
BMTs or something, right?
Yeah, fighter planes used it against other planes. So yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a podcast in it was about the guy who's from JTF2. Are we okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh.
So yeah, I was just looking at something else. Yeah.
No, but I was watching JTF2. You know, like the Canadian Special Forces.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
have they have like the world record in like sniping, the farthest sniper shots or whatever.
Damn.
But they were like talking about like how like they would just like, you know, I think for like a week they were sniping people in like Iraq or Afghanistan, and they were just like fucking breaking the record the whole week.
It's just how
These are
nonchalant
Canadians,
they
right?
were. Yeah, but they're like, oh, we gotta go break some records,
But this
and
is
then
the
just go
Canadians,
whack
like,
some
they're like-
people off. What?
The Canadians, you know, they're so polite, like Phil. You know,
Yeah.
they're just like, we would have gotten like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we didn't want to like make all the other countries feel bad, so we just like settled for 1. Because the whole week they were breaking it, right?
Yeah.
Just, like, every day they're like, oh, that's number 2.
how nice of you to not take up all the spots.
But they're saying like, you know, like they would shoot someone, they would just disintegrate. They're shooting a bear, right?
Yeah,
From like a mile away, just like.
it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. I enjoyed the automatic 50 cals. That's what I enjoyed.
On the Humvees? On the Humvees?
Yeah, but I mean, you can shoot them not on Humvees too. Like we had one with base
They're on
plates. Yeah,
Tanks.
yeah, they're on all kind of. They're bad. The Mark 19 though.
Oh yeah, the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
That's when the 50 cal didn't have enough firepower.
Yeah.
So
You just shoot grenades at them instead.
Like, they were like automatic grenade launchers.
Yeah, don't mind
How
if
good
I
were the
do.
M4 grenades though. You guys shot grenades out of your M4?
Yeah.
They good or no?
Yeah.
It's like M2 or 3s or
I think
something?
I did once when it was like a training sim, and I mean, they have some range.
That's the only time I ever shot one out of mine was during a training session.
Yeah.
It's not, they're like, oh, here. Let me just issue you this M2 or
Probably too expensive to even use
probably.
like that much. I mean, unless you're like,
I feel like it's probably for like they train you on it, but it's probably more for like special situations. Like if you get sent on a mission and it's like, hey, you're probably gonna need this.
yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, well,
You just
thank
carry it in
you.
your pocket, and it's like, what the fuck am I gonna use it?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you're like, what's a squad leader and above gets like a grenade launcher to begin with.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's like, yeah. There's only a
It's-
few
So
people.
it's
they get,
almost-
they get the grenade attachment.
Yeah.
Like they have to have it.
I mean, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they could choose. Hey, they're like, I'm not about
Well,
this.
it's kind of funny to me because it's almost like, oh, you get a promotion. Here's an attachment to your gun. You know, it's like, okay, cool. You're squad leader. Here, you also get this.
Here's your ACON.
Yeah.
I mean, get promoted to officer and just carry a pistol.
Yeah. It just kind of makes me laugh because it's almost like video game-ish a little bit, you know. You got a new level. You've unlocked a grenade launcher.
That's what was funny when that M4 I built and I sold it to you.
Yeah.
When Nathan came to shoot it, he was like, "Oh man, this is way better than my issued one, man. This thing is awesome." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Dude, mine's all janky and clanky." And
Well, yeah, it's because it's cleaned at the armory all the time as my service weapon. And how they clean it is just by stripping everything that, like, they're like, oh, this could be gone, gets stripped away. But then, like, you do that after a few years. It's just, everything's, yeah.
everything.
It's a lot of wear and tear.
Been teared.
Yeah, and you get your gun and it just rattles.
Yeah, in the name of, like, perfection of it. Combat scenario, probably worse. And garrison environment in Indiana doesn't.
Dude, he was shitting on Matthew's M16.
Ooh, that's wild.
Matthew didn't clean it or something.
Yeah.
It was like jamming.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Nathan kept saying like, "No wonder we moved on to the M4, man."
Well, it didn't help that he was shooting aluminum or steel
Yes, dude.
steel out of it, dude. Steel sucks.
Yeah, I was telling him, I was like, "Don't shoot fucking steel out of your thing." He's like, "Dude, it's a Colt. It's fine." And I'm like, "No, bro.
No,
I mean,
no, it sucked.
yeah.
Dude, brass is so much better."
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, it still gets dirty as fuck. Like when I was shooting the one I
Oh.
sold you, like I fucking spent like 3 hours trying to clean that shit.
Yeah.
And I was shooting brass. So I was
Yeah.
like, what-
Oh
I
yeah.
shot steel,
Yeah.
dude.
It's gonna get dirty regardless, no matter what you use. But you can have a better, shell in it like brass instead of steel. Because when I was over there and we were shooting, it jammed up on me like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I pulled trigger. I was like, what
right?
the? Huh? Yeah.
M16, yeah.
Yeah, you had to, like,
And I kept clearing it, and I was like, man.
you had to, like, disassemble that thing to get out.
Yeah, you had to do it. You
Yeah,
know?
I was like, man.
You're fucking-
just
you're
like
like,
the armory.
Damn.
You were fucking like mortaring it too. Remember that? You were trying to get the fucking casing out.
Yeah.
It was stuck in there.
Yeah, it was like a double feed too. And
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
stuck
That's
actually in the
awful.
barrel. Like it wasn't even like it was probably like light strike too.
Yeah, I think the first bullet I got out, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked down it, and I was like, oh, there's another one in here. And I was like, is it like a quarter of the way down the barrel or something? It's just there.
Yeah.
I was
It was
like-
just the tip.
Yeah.
He was like messing like, man, this is a fucking problem.
Opens it up. Oh yeah, fuck that.
I think the whole time we're firing it though, Matthew's praising the M16 as it was so much better than AK. But I was like, I think the AK would have this problem.
Dude, the AK is. It's
I
an
like
excellent
AKs.
gun. I like
like
AKs.
I mean, it does the job. Like,
Yeah.
And it's
Recoil?
fucking like, dude, it hits hard, dude.
Well, yeah. The just the versatility in it too. You know, you can sand, water, and it just still
Yeah.
just keeps going.
Man, I mean, just because it hits hard and it's a harder weapon to shoot, I think, a bit
Yeah.
because of the recoil.
Oh
but, like,
yeah.
it works.
That's what like in policing you can like you whatever gun you want to like use because you can use your own personal guns, right?
Oh, okay.
But you have to be like you have to qualify for it on the range.
Yeah.
So I was like reading up on like what people like use as they're like some people use like M4 to just use the issued ones or whatever.
Yeah.
And this one guy was just like, Like, you know what? I'm gonna use a G36C.
He's like, if shit gets real,
He's
I got it handled.
he's like, oh, I got qualified on my G36C. And everybody's like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, it's my own personal one. I just went to the range, said, hey, I want to be qualified with this. So now he's just rocking a G36C, local patrol officer.
Hey, cool.
Rocking the Uzi.
Bro, I would trip. I'd be like, what is this, the cartel? What is happening? What's going on?
I wonder how long you would take to qualify with that. You'd be all over the place. Really good. Just like, put on like a regular.
That's trigger finger.
He puts a foregrip on the top of it to hold it down.
Those things have one of those folders, right? Like the little metal thing.
Yeah, that fold out.
I don't think it helps.
Well, if you pull down while it's up against your shoulder, it might. It's because of that up. So if you pull down, it might help. But how much do you have to pull down?
Yeah.
Beats me.
You got those because I had the P320 or the M18, right? That's what you got issued in Kosovo?
Yeah, the M17.
Oh, M17.
Yeah.
It was basically the same gun, right?
Thing. Yeah, I think it's like slight differences with.
It was new? Was it new?
Yeah, more or less. I don't think. No one uses guns in the army half the time. They're just bought, and now everyone has to have one. Especially the standard sidearm pieces.
Yeah. They just all want to buy their own now.
Were they carrying different weapons like the other countries?
Oh yeah, they had all had their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, some countries did have AKs, which I thought was funny. And I was like, man, NATO countries with AKs, this is funny.
Especially since we're at rocking 5.56 all the way, right?
Yeah. I mean, some had the AUG, like most of I think the Austrians did.
That'd be pretty cool.
Did you get to interact with any of the local people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
How was
interesting.
that?
Well, usually if they're like Albanian ethnically, they were really loving America. And
Okay.
whatnot. I had no problems with them. If anything, yeah. They know you're America, they'll say something like, I love America. I love your TV shows. Burgers. Something like that. Like if
Burgers,
they may
I
not,
like it.
have
Yeah.
the best understanding of
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
some words.
Yeah.
So either you get a whole paragraph about how they love America, or the other side, which is just one word.
Yeah.
And you're like, gotcha, buddy. But
At least you didn't get anything that was like Pornhub.
that'd be funny. Pretty sure that's Canadian, but yeah.
It still seems like it would fit. They'd be like Westerner.
Pornhub's Canadian?
Yeah, right?
Is it though, for real?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, god dang, I feel uneducated on my porn history.
No, one day I was like, man, I should invest. They know what they're making.
They know what they're making. I got stocks. I got stocks in porn.
Have you seen that meme or whatever that shows why our screens got bigger on the phones?
Mm-mm.
It was like small phones. Because you remember people were they were making these small little flip phones in 2006.
Yeah, we had all the
skinny
small
ones.
flip phones.
And
Yeah.
then then it showed when we got the screens, and it was when we realized we could watch porn on our phone. And it's
I saw the graphic where it was how phones were so big in the 70s and got smaller and smaller and smaller until that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're the other way again. Yeah.
It was the mobility of the phone. I could take this shit anywhere.
better malfunction. Apple, how Apple fucking monopolized the fucking.
I mean, honestly, if the iPhone wasn't so good, I probably wouldn't.
Dude, it'd be so hard to switch though. You know what I mean? To Android.
Man,
Move all your
I'm
shit.
definitely not about Android.
You move all your shit to that. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. I'm interested in that.
I mean,
No, I was upset. You know how they made us use fucking Word, all
Microsoft
Microsoft,
Word?
all throughout first grade and shit.
yeah.
And then I got a Mac and I was I don't know how to fucking run this shit.
Yeah, that's how I felt when we got iPads.
Oh, you got iPads?
Well-
We didn't get fucking iPads.
No, there was only one class where I had iPads, right? And it was this high ability math class with all these pretentious people. And I was like, I don't know how to use this. He's like, the teacher would always be like, you know how to use an iPad? And I'm just like, dude, I'm in like the 7th grade.
What?
And like, I don't even, like, everyone else is like rich or bougie or something. They have like smartphones. Like, I'm like computer illiterate. I'm using dial-up back in my house.
Yeah, they have fucking iPads like in Charlotte's class.
Yeah.
Like she has like
Nowadays?
iPads like in her like behind her chair. They just have like iPads. Every single kid has an iPad.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck do you use that for?
I mean, that's that. I mean, I think Lucas, yeah, they just gave everyone a computer.
They gave everyone a fucking computer. That's
Yeah,
what Victoria
for high
said.
school.
In
Yeah.
her high school, we didn't get fucking computers. My
I mean,
class.
I'm sure they're not good. I'm sure they're like Chromebook garbage that you can't really use. Like, unironically, you know the school's looking at your shit. You can only use it for school, unironically. It's just not the same.
Dude, when I was like in fucking like elementary school, we were like doing a project and you had to like search up on Google. This kid was just like fucking searching up porn.
Face.
He was like on the fucking internet. He's like, yo, what? It was like Paris Hilton pussy. It was like 6th grade, right? So that was back in like 2006.
Yeah.
Right, so it was like, before they had all the security measures and shit.
Oh, yeah, there was like the Wild West time.
So it was just like this kid looking up fucking porn on fucking
Yeah, I know.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Before, that was the good age. Back when you could yell at kids on the internet. On
On fucking Xbox?
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that was the best.
Dude, I used to...
Noob. That was always what was said all the time, noob and shit like that.
Do you remember when it was like fag was a thing?
Oh, yeah, that was a big thing.
You mean when you could say that word?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was just general
maybe
society.
we should like, like edit that out because I don't know if you can say it now.
I would believe that one.
That and then
Well,
like
no,
retard.
no.
Like you said that like you called your like friends that all the time.
Oh yeah, I still call my friends that.
I mean, I remember I said that once in school, and it was like the 9th grade, and then everyone, like, all the people at the table just looked at me. I was like, "What? That dude's being retarded." And they're like, "You can't say that." And I'm like,
9th grade.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a funny fucking it's
But
a
it was
funny
like, it was
word.
like day and night though. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just, like,
I
change.
was like, what happened? Obama put like a new thing out about this? He changed America again? I didn't know.
Did we change America again? I don't know.
Like, no, I think there was some type of ad campaign or something.
I don't remember.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, you couldn't use that word anymore.
I used to call my friends retarded and fags all the time.
Yeah.
Like not even fag. Like be like, oh that guy. Like you be mad at your friends. Like man, he's such a fag.
You know who uses that word? The British. Because I think it's versus cigarettes or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Which I thought was funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
We don't have to edit it out anyways because a fag is technically considered a bundle of sticks. Like that's what it.
I mean, though, it was always funny though on base. You hear them say that, and you're just like, what?
But they're like, can I get a faggot?
Yeah, hey man, how's it going? Can I get a fag or something? And I'm like, what?
You're like wrong island.
I was like, bro, what?
What do you want?
Like,
remember.
I know everything's supposed to be cool in the military, but like no.
I was like, this guy trying to.
Is he
Is this
trying?
a gay thing? What's going on?
You trying to hit him?
And those guys are high performance, Hunter.
Who?
High speed.
Oh yeah, high performance. That shit tripped me out.
I couldn't think about like the word high speed, you know.
yeah.
So I was just like saying like, oh,
High
high
performance.
performance. And then when Hunter was like, "What do you mean high speed?" I was like, yeah. When you talk about like special forces. Nathan's trying to be high speed.
Yeah, what are you trying to?
You're in
trying to
Ranger
be-
school, right?
No, I don't know. I like how. Did anyone actually believe that?
Your mom?
Oh
I
my
was telling your
God.
mom that shit.
I know. I know you said you were gonna do that, and I was like, whatever, man. It's just let's see how far this gets.
Do you know what Jack did? Because your mom says he's like a Green Beret.
Okay, technically, I
Or is
think
he like
he's
a Night Stalker?
I think he's attached to them. I don't know if he's actually did the course.
Like he's attached to the ODA? Like you know how like they have ODAs and you're attached to it? Like you're just like,
Look, I mean, supposedly he went to some selection course.
No, our cousin or whatever, her Katie and Jack, right?
Okay.
Is Victoria's your cousin? Because Jack is married into the family.
Yeah, Katie is
Like Ed's
oh yeah,
kid, right?
yeah. I don't know. If she's related. I can't remember.
That's
I don't know
her-
what the
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
is.
Marriage by marriage, I assume, or something.
No, but
Ed's
Evie was like telling me, she was like, oh, yeah, Jack's a Green Beret now, and I was like, what the fuck? He's in fucking special forces. And so I'm asking Nathan what he thinks, and he's like,
I mean, I know he got told about like a selection course he had to do or something. But I was like, maybe you have to take a selection course to even be part of the unit, right? If it's high
Probably.
speed of enough of a unit.
Yeah, yeah.
And
but do you think he's just like, like, I've seen like people that are like attached to ODAs, like they're attached to the special forces, but they're not really Green Berets.
I
Yeah.
mean,
They're like, like they need a mechanic, so here's a
he's a
mechanic.
helicopter mechanic. I mean,
No, so should he be like 160th instead? Like,
that's
Sword?
what I would have thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe he's 160th.
I mean, I don't know.
he's stationed like in Georgia or something. I'm
Yeah,
like, there's no ODAs in Georgia.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no fucking.
Where's 160th out of?
I think 160th in Georgia. That's what I looked up at least, but I don't know.
I mean, he's at some small base. Like, it seems like it's like one brigade or something at his base.
I mean, it's cool.
It's probably
but
where
it's like-
they just specifically do one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was cool, but I thought it was like.
It's either
And your mom was like, "Oh, Jack's a Green Beret now," and I was
Green
like,
Beret Aviation or something, or some detachment.
I
from
feel
the
like
160th.
there's so many like small little shits there,
just
you know,
airborne.
that
Dude, that'd be funny if it was just like, he went through this selection course, and now he finally did. He got his tab. I'm like, oh yeah? It's like some airborne type shit.
yeah.
I'd be like, you didn't have to hype it up this much.
Yeah, like green special forces. Jeez. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably.
Yeah.
"Yeah," because your mom was telling me that.
Well,
I was just like,
I'm sure some of the facts got twisted or lost in translation.
because you could make the assumption if they were like stationed in Florida or Texas, right?
Yeah.
Like oh yeah, he's part of SF, but when it's in Georgia, it's like.
I don't know.
Is there any ODAs in Georgia? I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
I mean,
I don't really fuck with Georgia like that.
yeah. I mean,
I thought you're from the South.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't really fuck with Georgia like that.
wow. Anyone's more southerner than you is bad.
Did you meet my brother when you came here?
Anybody more southern than
Were you here
is
when my brother
bad.
was here?
I
Phil?
can't remember.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
No, I don't believe so.
I brought Phil, my brother Phil. He's from Canada.
Okay.
He has like a thick Canadian accent.
He's all.
Oh,
I would remember that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a very thick Canadian
he
accent.
was talking to Hunter, and they couldn't understand each other.
That's
They were like looking at me like.
I was
trying
like,
to be
what the fuck did he just say,
What did
bro?
he say? And then Phil would be like, I don't know what Hunter said.
So, that's how I feel with
I'm just like, you guys are both talking English. What the
But
fuck?
we still couldn't
Had to,
understand
like,
each
fucking
other.
translate.
The accents, man.
Yeah, that's how I felt with like the British on my base. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
some of them had some weird accents.
Some
like,
weird British
There's like
accents.
the London, the normal,
Oh yeah.
which is
Yeah.
you can understand them. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, stereotypical
So the southern
British.
ones,
Yeah.
you're like.
Then there's some like way in the countryside British people. And you're like, what are these people saying?
That's so funny because I honestly, it never even crossed my mind to think about the different accents in Britain itself,
Yeah,
like
there's
having
a
like the
bunch.
Southern British accent and like I never even thought about that, but that
Yeah.
makes sense because it's like that here, like a Southern accent, Northern accent, whatever.
Except ours are like
Boston accents,
like the state or city.
yeah, like Boston,
Yeah.
Boston accents.
Theirs apparently it could be like a small town have a whole accent.
In
Really?
England?
Yeah, because
Wow.
like all those people lived together for like 1,000 years. You know,
Yeah.
they're like I mean, you
Yeah.
just develop
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's not like they had highways or anything. People
Yeah.
just didn't talk to each other.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of remote places in the world that, like, if you want to go to them, you have to like fly or like walk in. You can't drive. It's not accessible like that anymore. So
So I mean, it's yeah, I don't know. It's
Wow.
funny though. Like this guy's from England. I can't understand his English. I'm like, sure, bud.
You just like smiled and like nodded.
Yeah, I was like, what are you saying right now? He's like, and it says like, I'm English. I'm like, I couldn't understand like something like that.
That's wild,
I'm
man.
just like, I could only understand like one of the 5 words he was saying.
Well, I get it because we had like can't even call it a language barrier. It's an accent barrier, is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys aren't even that far from each other. You and Phil, you guys were like